Is that really going to get there? Hello, hello. What's up, YouTube? That's so funny. I was going to call you Instagram, but that's not what this is. This is YouTube. What's up, YouTube? Um, so here we are today. Sorry you can't see my beautiful face. This is my setup for today. Um, I'm coming to you guys with a reading. I want to start doing these readings every week. This is called Clearing the Pathway to Success. Um, I am recovering from being under the weather last week, so my voice is a little raspier than usual. Um, and you may hear some things in the background throughout this video, but no worries. Uh, I'm really excited to get this jumped off this year. This is just the tester. You guys know how I am. I like to be a little incognito. So I like to kind of like put my stuff out there and then I'd be like, hey, look, guys, look what I got. So this is a little bit of that. These are going to continue to grow and change and shift over the year, but I look forward to what it is for today. Happy 2023. Happy Jordan year. Like, make it the best, right? This is not a sit by the wayside type of year. This is a put in the work type of year. This is a daily grind type of year to achieve the things that you want to achieve. So I'm going to go ahead and start reading. I'm using a traditional Rider-Waite deck. And then I'm also, for the confirmation cards, I'm going to be using my Chakra Oracle deck. That's why I decided to have the chakra colors out here. It's funny that it's facing backwards, but we'll see if it's going to like shift by the time that I actually post this. But this is what it looks like now, live, right? Did I introduce myself? No. This is a year of introducing yourself. My name is Ashante Marie. This is Embodied Spirituality, where I come and talk to you guys about different um, spiritual topics, and also another way of creating a platform for people who are developing their spiritual gifts or uncovering their spiritual gifts and learning how to come into balance with those as the world is constantly changing too, and as your gifts consistently expand. So that's kind of what this is about. This reading is to help you get through your week, to help you kind of like focus in on what you need to focus in on and not get too distracted by the obstacles in your way. I hope you guys like this. I hope that you guys love this. I hope that this brings something to your life. Also, take what resonates. If things don't resonate for you, then it may not be for you, but it may be for somebody else. If things are resonating and sitting in your spirit and you said, that sounds about right, then I want you to go with that a little bit for your own self, if you feel like that's what's right for you to do. So it is all dealer's choice. Is it dealer's choice, receiver's choice, whatever? I don't know. But let me go so that I can keep 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 the flow going. We're 3 minutes in, so I want to do a quick little prayer. Clear. All right. Thank you, Divine. All right. I'm gonna pull the cards first. I don't flip all the cards over. I kind of just let them lay how they come out or sit how they come out. So we'll see. All right. First card, focus of the week. Okay. There's an intention of love around this week for sure. There's cards that are poking out, but they're not really like jumping out. Focus of the week. That's a lot of cards. But we'll take it. We'll take it. Obstacles on the pathway. Maybe I should lay them the other way. Obstacles on the pathway. For week 1, January 1st through the 8th of 2023. Okay. Let's do it like that. Oh, you guys can't see that. My bad. Okay. Are there obstacles on the pathway? Okay. So I did this reading last night for myself, kind of, just to like get me a little jump started, get me feeling the vibes of these readings. And it was very interesting, I have to say. How to overcome and lay a sturdy foundation. Take that one. Sure. Um, let's see. This is light at the end of the tunnel. Anything else for light at the end of the tunnel? Yep. Okay. Okay, and the outcome. That was very clear. All right. Thanks. Let's see. I'm like, how far can I move these out of frame for them to still be in frame? Like I said, bro, bear with me. Like, Jordan didn't get it all in his first fucking weekend of practicing. He got it in after years and years of practicing. So don't judge me. Don't judge me. All right, there's that. And then last but not least, we're going to pull the Oracle cards so that we can just jump into this reading and be in flow. It's so funny how fast time can fly though. All right, the Oracle overall for this week, January 1st through 8th. Oracle overall, any messages? All right, well, there's that. Okay. All right, we're getting in. We're getting in. We're just going to see how it flows and see what it says, see how it goes. Okay. All right. Your focus of the week. Now, I'm going to move some of these cards, but I'm going to pull them back out in order once you guys, once we get through certain pieces. All right. There you are. Okay. And we'll put these to the side for now. Okay. So first, this is definitely an awkward way to do this reading. So first, your focus of the week. Here we are. Sorry, y'all. This is just. It's gonna be what it is. It's gonna be what it is. Y'all gonna see how it is. Okay, here we are. That makes me feel a little bit better. Here we are. Okay, so the sun is shifting too, so I'm gonna try and do this like probably as quickly as I can. Anywho, the Page of Swords, right? It's a messenger with some messages. Right? It's so funny because I actually don't like to receive too many pages or nights because I'm always like, but it's a message of good messages. You know, you have a messenger coming in telling you there's different ways to communicate, there's different ways to interpret information, there's different ways to listen to the signs and the symbols of what's around you. I think this week, already starting off, is going to be about perspective and how you're seeing things in the world. I feel like this has to do with you listening to your intuition more, listening to your inner gifts a little bit more. Why is it so dark? Hold on, wait, what's happening? Is the sun shifting that much? Hold on, guys. I gotta fix this so it looks a little bit better. What is going on? Why is my camera looking like that? Yo, bro. The sun shifted that much in like these 2 minutes? Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. We're going to try and make this work a little bit better. I hate that this is the light. What is happening? The sun has completely shifted on me. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. For this freaking message, look, listen. I don't know how we're going to hold this up for you guys. That is wild to me. The sun has shifted quite a bit. I'm going to change the lights. Anybody who's watching this, thank you. And I'm sorry. Funny how this doesn't do anything for the lights. Let me see if I do something over here. Making it hard to breathe. Dude, this is like, they didn't took all the light away. Spirit said, oh, you get the light for 2 seconds and that's it. All right, bro, we're going to figure out how to just flow and go with this. That's what I feel like that message is. This message is purely like, how are we going to flow and go with this situation no matter what? I don't want to mix up these cards neither. Anyways. So this is the first card, okay? This I can't even believe this is what my freaking live looks like. But my guy, sometimes it is what it's gonna be. Maybe I should do this. The light shifted hella much. Not excited. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna realign this. I feel like I can't see. This is 6, 7. This is 2, 3. Hold on. Now I feel like I'm mismanaging some of these cards. Oh, there it is. Oh God, this is like a hot mess. It takes a lot for this to be a hot mess. I must say, it takes a lot for this to be doing all of that. I'm sorry. So let's pretend like we just started. Okay. So, anyways. Out of order for play you for a while. Gotta let you know that I'm really feeling your stuff. Anyways. So excuse me. Okay. If you I ain't mad at you. Oh, I just can't stop thinking about you. All right. So yeah, just like pivoting and shifting. Obviously, I feel like this message is about pivoting and shifting this week. Okay. It's saying to me, this may not be the best setup, or you may feel like you get off to a rocky start, but just adjust appropriately. I feel like that was very fitting for this video, very fitting for this first message, and the focus of this week. Pivoting a little bit, shifting a little bit, doing what you need to do to get the work done that you're doing, right? Like, it's not going to be bells and whistles. Jordan didn't have a bells and whistles type lifestyle, right? Until later, until after the grind, right? And even then, it's like you get certain fame or notoriety and you still have to be great. It is not easy to keep being great. You have to consistently show up to the table. So I think this is a message about pivoting and shifting, also getting viable information. There's like, Bert, you can't really see this because this is not the best lighting, okay? But we're going to do this a lot better next week, okay? I'll be a little bit more prepared, but this is the first of the year. I'm coming off of being sick. This is the best we got for today. And I got to get going. I got a whole party to go to, okay? So, anyways, um I think you are going to see signs of life, though. You're going to see signs of the things that you want to come into fruition. Um, and I want you to take those little tiny things, those little subtle hints as good job, as keep going, as yes, go this way type energy. You're also going to probably be experiencing some resistance in this picture. You can see possibly, or if you know these cards, that there's these trees in the background, but you can see that the wind is moving them. And to me, that's a symbol of like getting adequate resistance to make you grow your roots stronger. And when I was reading for myself last night, growing your roots stronger and establishing a sturdier foundation was definitely a huge part of the reading. We're about to have Zyla come through here because she's like, you're in my spot. Okay, can you go somewhere? Can you sit somewhere? Can you go somewhere? You can sit right there. Sit right there. Sit right there. Anyways, this other focus of the week is what you are willing to manifest using the gifts that you have at your fingertips and the resources that you have at your fingertips to create and establish and make and manifest anything that you want to create, make, and manifest. Like this week is about taking your resources and putting them towards good use. Knowing that you have the skill, knowing that you have the magic, knowing that you have the Midas touch, right? And also, again, I already said at the very beginning of this reading, there's a lot of emotion around this week. How are you showing up with the things that you love? How are you showing up with people that you love? Zyla, you are literally in the middle of my frame. This is going to be the funniest, most awkward first of the year video. But that is okay. Okay? It's just is what it is, right? I think this week is going to be really about how you deal with your fluctuating emotions. I think there's going to be a lot happening this week, different things for different days. It feels very erratic to me. It feels very like today I feel this way, tomorrow I feel a completely different way, and then the next day after that I feel a different way, where it's just like you're going to be adjusting to all these emotions that are going to be coming up and all these feelings that are going to be coming up. And you have the ability to pivot. You have the ability to use every day as a learning lesson, to use every day as a learning tool, to learn yourself more, to learn how to deal with certain situations a little bit more. This is going to be about how you're really taking the energy, I think, of Jordan and really attributing it to your life, right? This is not like, oh, this is year 23. This is a magical year for everybody. I believe it can be a magical year for a lot of people, a magical year for a lot of people, but it just depends on how you're showing up to the year. Bro, like, where is the light, God? Like, why aren't you helping me out with this lighting? I feel real hater energy going on right now, and I don't appreciate it. Okay. So, anywho, those are the focuses for the week, right? Moving on, we're gonna get into the we go straight into the obstacles of the week. We got hella cards for the obstacles of the week, okay? The first set the first set of obstacles for the week is, you can't even see that card out of the way. Getting on top and staying on top. The Seven of Wands is all about the person who got to a certain level of victory, and there's still people who are chasing after them, who still want what the other person has, who's still trying to get to the top over them. And this is about advocating for yourself and continuing to put your best foot forward, no matter what, no matter the shifts and the changes that are going on. Excuse me. And the obstacle is going to be for you to not let that distract you from doing your work. This is about that. Not letting the competition distract you from your craft, from you refining your craft to the finest bits, right? You can't let the competition shake you. You have to continue to stay focused, stay into your grind, stay into what you want to create. This card came out for me last night, so I'm really excited to see that it came out again. Again, another set of emotions. We had the Ace of Cups right before this. Now we have the Two of Cups. We're graduating, we're moving, right? But to me, the Two of Cups, although it is a Two of Cups, right? It's about divine partnership, about the balance of the masculine and the feminine. I also believe this card is really about the spiritual connection between the two, right? Coming into balance and being in tune with God, in tune with the divine, in tune with whoever you believe your higher source is, in order for you to push forward towards your goals, right? Um, so much of our lives is dependent on our purpose when you really think about it. But it's like, who gives us our purpose? What is this purpose for? And it's usually to help people, right? And it's usually to do God's work or do God's will or the divine's will, right? So this is really about coming into connection with that. But it can be an obstacle for you because you may not necessarily see it for what it is all the way. So you're really going to have to come into a different level of unity on this path, right? There's this like level of meditation that happens here, and that's about checking in with the divine. That's about checking in with the divine. Like, no matter what, focus in on you. There's going to be a little distraction this week. To me, I feel like this is just the obstacle of the week is distraction. A little distraction from the competitors who want to take your bag, okay? From the people who want your bag, but your bag is meant for you. So continue to focus on what you're doing, and your bag is going to come all day. All day. It's there for you. But don't get distracted by these other ones, the haters. To me, it's just like, don't get distracted by the haters, right? And there was this other energy that came up last night that was about be so good that they mad at it. You see Zyla just all up in the background. Be so good that they mad at it. It's not that you want haters. You know, everybody wants a fan, right? Every now and again. It makes for a good shot most of the time, you know, and it helps on a hot day. But like, be so good at your craft that they can't even deny your fucking success. You know, knock them off their feet. Knock them off their feet. Here we go. All right. The second obstacle of the week is you're a little afraid of taking the risk. You're a little afraid of taking the leap of faith, of taking the leap of faith for yourself. What is that? What am I trying to say? Yeah, you're nervous about taking that leap of faith. You're nervous that if you start, you don't know if like you can stop, or you start, you don't know if you can keep it up, right? And really the Fool is about like a trust fall. Trusting that spirit, the divine, has you, has your back, watching your step, leading your path, right? and trusting in that. You're going to be receiving a lot of information this week, and a lot of information may be guiding you in a certain pathway that you didn't necessarily plan for this year. But maybe that's the thing that's going to catapult you to the next level in a different way than what you expected to be at in the first place. It's like you have all of these wishes, and God's going to give you some tools and information that helps you get to that place. But it may seem daunting, and it may seem like a lot, and maybe it's 8 leaps of faith, right? Maybe it's not just like taking the leap of faith of showing up for practice. Maybe it's not just the leap of faith of eating better this week. Maybe it's also the leap of faith of working on that book, working on that business proposal, working on that grant proposal. Like, this is a leap of faith in many different areas that you are going to have to trust in and be. We had, matter of fact, this card came up last night too. And it's this whole energy of, being a lover, being a romantic, being somebody that's passionate, that's a dreamer, that's a creative, being somebody that has faith that whatever they want to create, that they can create. This is one removal from the magician card. But you have to have that willingness to be like, hey, this is something that I want and that I want to go for and that I want to achieve. And I'm going to take that leap of faith. And then you become the magician and you use the resources near you to get to the goals that you want to get to, right? So I think the second obstacle of the week is really just having faith that all that you want to create, you can create, right? Maybe not all of these things are arriving at the same time. They have different, this one is all the way back here, this one is all the way forward. Like, they may not all be arriving at the same time, but when you're putting your best foot forward in the areas of your life that you want to move and create, they're gonna come forward and forth towards you. I wish I could get a picture of Zyla while she's sitting here looking at me, but that's what I feel. Anything else from these cards? There's something about the house and the home that you want to create. It's a very small energy, but I think that you have to kind of keep that in the back of your mind. What kind of house, what kind of home that you want to create? What kind of land do you want to have? What do you want to do on that land? Do you want to grow a garden? Do you want to create a retreat center? Is it just for you and your family? Like, what is it that you want to create? And what do you want your home life to be like? Also, your home life is a part of your peace. So I think finding that home within yourself so that you can always carry a certain level of peace with you, no matter what leaps of faith that you may need to take. Okay, sounds like a lot. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. So then we're going into how to overcome and lay a sturdy foundation. I literally don't know which ones is which. I think this is overall. Okay. So trying to make sure I keep my cards in order. Girl, this thing being backwards, I feel like I don't know how to move these cards. Anyways, how to overcome and lay a sturdy foundation. I think getting your emotions in check. Yeah, getting emotions in check and coming into a real realization of like, what are you really feeling? Right? And maybe tempering your emotions. Right? It felt like there was a lot of emotions in this earlier card, right? That it's a lot of back and forth, a lot of like here and there energy. This card came out yesterday too. And it made me also think of like happy tears and sad tears and, you know, joyful tears and all the mixed tears of this like energy going back and forth. And I think something that happens with the Queen of Wands, it's not necessarily that she's sad. I think she is just taking heed of what she's feeling and not letting it sway her too hard one way or another. It's really being like, okay, well, this is just a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag, and I'm very grateful. And to stay in alignment with what I want to focus on, right? Am I focused on my happiness? Am I focused on my sadness? Am I focused on my success? Right? Every day, you're always going to deal with different emotions. Like the only thing that's constant in this world is change, right? So if you have a changing emotion every day, this is for you to, this is like the how to overcome is to come into balance with whatever emotions that's coming forward. You may feel one way one day, and it may give you a lot of energy to push, to go, to drive, to like attack. And then the next day, you may not have that same energy. You may not have that same drive. But how are you going to show up that day? How are you going to show up? Maybe not with the same fire, but with a different fire. Maybe it's a more kindling fire. Maybe this is just about, being quiet and playing your music and doing your work and not about like action, action, go, go. So I think the Queen of Cups is really about coming into check with what your emotions are. And you can see that even though water is like it's in movement, but it's calm movement around her feet, right? Um, the other way of laying the sturdy foundation, I think, is to continue with the same thing of this Eight of Wands, or Pentacles. Oh, got two eights too. The Eight of Pentacles, which is going to be about continuing to do the work, and this is that's how you are laying a sturdy foundation, by keeping your head down and going into the grind. But also, again, what I said, focusing on your home life. What home do you want to create? What lifestyle do you want to create? What moments of joy, daily joy, that you want to create? I want to come home to a house that's more peaceful. I want to come home to a house that promotes stretching, that promotes me sitting down and doing yoga. I want to come home to a house that has my cat, my baby, my family, right? I want to come home to a house filled with the ones that I love. In order to continue to manifest the things that I want to create. Because my life is not about me. My life is about other people too. It's about the ones that are around me, you know. Even on those toughest weeks, it's about those that are around me. I think being in a space of gratitude is also what's going to help you lay a sturdy foundation for this week too. Being in a place of gratitude of like, yeah, I did put in work this week. Yeah, I did show up every day. There's a certain kind of confidence, I think, too, that comes forth when you are showing up. It's not a cockiness of like, oh, I'm just so good at what the fuck I do. No, I know that I'm good at what I do because I fucking put in the work. I showed up every day, you know? I showed up when it was tough. I appreciate the gifts that I have. So I think that's how you're going to lay a sturdy foundation this week, is to come into contact and come into a level of balance and stability with your fluctuating emotions, right? There's this angel-like energy that I feel. I never have seen this, but like in the rocks, which is probably like seaweed or old fish or something, it just reminds me of a little angel. And you have these other little mermaids around, which are like baby angels to me, but there's this like angel energy. Let me see. right there, right? So I think when you may feel lost and you may feel confused or you may feel off or you don't know how to come into balance with yourself, I think you're going to have to give it over to the divine or give it over to your angels. There's always your guides that are around you to help you to keep going. And so ask for their help. Ask for the angels around you to help you get through whatever emotions or difficulties or shifts that you may be going through this week. And be in flow, trust in God, and be grateful for what you have. That's definitely that message. So, next card is light at the end of the tunnel. Light at the end of the tunnel. This is how you know that you have been doing what you needed to do this week in the right manner. We have the Six of Cups and we have the Four of Wands. To me, both of these are about like a good partnership. I think coming into balance, I think both of these are a lot about balance, right? Six is a very balanced card and four is a very balanced card. And even though these aren't the same suit, it still comes up to a 10. But with the Six of Wands, I feel like it's going to be about the friendships that you have and spending time with some of those friends and unlikely characters that end up being friends, maybe even coworker or business partners, or just helpful agents on your path, right? Where you're like, oh, I need to get from A to B or A to C, and you meet somebody with the name Bro Man Bro. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm being silly, but I feel like I'm making sense. You're gonna have somebody that's gonna help you get from A to Z, A to B, A to C, A to wherever you want to go. Okay. And it's going to be kind of unlikely, but it's going to be divinely fitting, you know? And kids have this ability to just be friends, you know? Like, hey, you're my friend. Even if it's for a day. Like, you can meet somebody at the park and just be like, hey, you're my friend for the day. But then they tell me something that makes me think of the world in a different place or tells me that there's this opportunity that's available. So there's going to be a unique friendship or a unique encounter that's going to come up this week. And I definitely think it's going to have to be with spending time or having a good conversation with somebody. It's not super, super flyby, but it can be a little bit. But you're going to get some information from them that makes you feel like you are really on the right path, that everything is working out for your highest good. That's what it's going to feel like. Something magical just happened. It just appeared. It just was, you know? This Four of Wands, again, all about a sturdy foundation, right? So I think it's we talked about a sturdy foundation up here, right? Like the work that you do, it knowing what you want to create it for, but then you're gonna feel very at home with it. You're gonna feel like, okay, I'm getting into a little bit of a flow. I'm getting into a little bit of a consistent rhythm. There's another level of abundance too that's showing up for me. I think you're going to see physical manifestations of certain abundance in your life or things that you want to create. Like, say one of your goals is like touching your toes, right? Right? Or like putting your palm on the ground in a forward fold And at the beginning of the week, you may have just brushed the bottom of the floor with your fingertips, right? You may be touching the floor with your fingertips. But then eventually, by the end of the week, you're going to feel more of your palm down, right? You're going to feel maybe not like your wrist all the way down, but you're going to feel most of your palm down to where you know, okay, me doing this creates actual freaking results. Me doing this creates actual results. And if this is only week 1, what can I do by week 53? Right? And I say week 53 because I want to take this into the next year too. Right? 2024 is going to be a way, way different, more explosive year in a way. But it's going to be explosive by what work you put in for these other weeks leading there. You know, and a year is not really that long away when you think about it, and how fast time flies the older you get too. Like, time goes by so quick. So I think you're definitely going to get an actual physical manifestation of what you believe that you can create. And you have the magician at the very beginning of this reading. So it makes sense to me that you're going to start seeing physical manifestations, right? Maybe you're going to get booked out. Maybe you have like so many more clients this year. Maybe you're already knowing how to turn that into more money. You know, maybe there's a student or a friend that's encouraging you, gives you encouragement to do something that you didn't even tell them that you want to do. Bro, this lighting is just like hardcore, bro. This lighting is hardcore. I'm gonna try and move this up a little bit. All right. Anything else from these cards? No, I think you're gonna know that you're on the right path when you feel like you're on the right path. It's just gonna feel like the right thing to do. It's gonna feel like the right thing to do. I think that's it for that. Okay. Last of the tarot cards, we have the outcome. These are really great cards. This card also came out last night too for me. So it's actually not a surprise that all these cards came out. Or so many of these cards came out last night. I kind of expected it. I'm glad it's different, but I expected it. So the outcome this week, you're going to feel like you've traveled. You're going to feel like you've made moves. You're not in the same place. You're not going to feel like you're in the same place of when you first started. You're going to feel like you're on the path to go to wherever else you wanted to go. Like whichever way you're going, you're on the path, right? The Chariot is all about the process, not necessarily the destination. It's about the process, and you are going to be in a state of happiness about being on the road, being on in progress of whatever that you want to create. You're going to feel very stable. You're going to feel very happy with that. It's going to be a level of joy and a level of satisfaction. Also, just to warn, don't get too distracted by the fact that you have made progress in this first week. Remember that this is a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month type of grind year, okay? So continue to focus on that, but also be able to bask in your happiness for a hot second, and then remember to enjoy every bit of the ride. Continue to stay in a state of gratitude. Continue to stay in a state of a mindset of abundance, a mindset of God is working it out for me, right? Everything is going to come into fruition at its own divine timing, like trusting in that. I think that there's this level, there's also another energy of, what do you call that? Camouflage. I think there's a level of camouflage, of having the self satisfaction of moving towards your goals, but not necessarily letting everybody know that you are getting closer to your goals or even what your goals are or where you're headed. I feel like a part of this is going to be like you're camouflaged um, in order to keep making moves where you want to make moves at without everybody in your shit, right? Like their journey is their journey is your journey, and not everybody needs to be on that journey with you. You can let some people know, but it's really not for everybody, and not everybody has your back. So there's going to be a move in silence energy too at the end of the week. You're going to feel success. You're going to feel like you accomplished. You're going to feel like you're traveling, that you're on the pathway, but you're also going to have to come into a state of knowing that this is not, it's not everybody's business. So feeling very self-satisfied and determined to keep going forward. Okay. It's kind of an interesting energy to end on. The last card that I pulled, which is the Oracle card, I pulled isolation, and just as an energy, I pulled renewal. Okay. Um, just not going off of the book, kind of just going off of my intuition, which is how we're reading, anyways. This is not all about the book version of the definitions, right? These are my interpretations. This is my intuition. This is how God has channeled the message through me. And so, with isolation being that first card, I think it's going to be about isolating, but making sure that you're isolating in the right manner. Like, yes, putting your nose to the grind when it comes to doing your work and focusing in on what you need to focus on, and kind of honing that skill. So in a way, you are going to have to isolate and close off. But I also want you to be very aware of not isolating too much, because interactions with people is what's going to bring you kind of to the end goal of the week. And how what you get from spending time with people that matter, or those divine energies that really matter, right? And then you have renewal, which is all about like new growth. It's about changing what was old, what was um, rampant, what was like destroyed almost energy, and knowing that you're going to create something magical from something that people didn't even think you were capable of creating from. I think another energy that was very present last night that I'm starting to feel at the end of this reading, which I already spoke to quite a bit, but really like when I lost the weight that I wanted to lose, like originally, that original of like, okay, I'm this big and I want to be this much smaller and I have a goal. Not everybody knew. Like, my mom didn't necessarily know for the first couple of months what I was doing. I kind of just moved a little bit differently, right? And then after a couple of months, I started to like let it out of the bag, just kind of to her and my sister, like, hey, I'm just focusing on my shit, and that's pretty much what it came down to. I'm focusing on my shit. They didn't know the type of like internal focus that I really had that led me to the path of success, right? But it's about having that reverence and energy within yourself to know what you're capable of, and that's anything that you put your mind to. So what are you putting your mind to this week? What are you focusing on this week? Right? And let that come to life. Let me read some of the messages from the book. Almost done. So I'm not reading the whole thing. So for isolation, one of the lines are, I've got all that I could ever need right here. I've got all that I could ever need right here. That was, again, that energy of the magician from the very beginning of the reading. I got all that I ever need right here. Right? The personal inquiry of isolation is do you know the difference between isolation and solitude? And solitude is what we're going for. Isolation is not necessarily the game at which we're playing, right? The key ideas are self-protection, making excuses, over-preparing, never feeling ready to take action. Again, we had one of the first obstacles was taking the leap of faith, right? Taking the leap of faith and trusting in what you have been led to do, trusting in your dreams. Like, the reason why you had the dreams that you had is because it's for you, right? Something inside of fucking Michael said, hey, you could be the greatest one. You could be one of the best. You could be one of the freaking best. Somebody said that. You could be one of the best that ever lived. Something inside of him said, okay, maybe I can be. Right? But it took the dedication, it took the showing up, and then hearing that feedback too from the people around him. But it first came from his inner knowing of that he can do it. So taking the leap of faith, trusting in what you want to create. One of the cards says, at a glance. A childlike playfulness is hidden under Sapphire's serious, elegant exterior. This card denotes wealth and ability to do anything well. The ability to do anything well. Trust and loyalty are indicated. Sapphire also has a great capacity for healing. Being with yourself, putting in the work, has a level, a great capacity for healing. Okay. Don't let this energy pass you up. Don't let this energy pass you up. This week one is not a rest week one. This is a go week one. Let it go. Okay. And then renewal. The message is, this is another beginning. What did I just say? What did I just say? Let's go. This is another beginning. Let's go. Right? And the New Year season is a season, right? The New Year season lasts for like the first month and a half of the new year. Continue to be refreshed and renewed. Continue to feel like this is another beginning. The personal inquiry. Am I positive in the face of change? How are you dealing with your changing emotions every day? Please tell me. Please. Are you positive in the face of change? Or do you feel defeated? Are you ready to step into the new you? Am I ready to step into the new me? Are you ready to step into the new you? I'm ready to step into the new me. The key ideas. Sourcing from a more beneficial place. Feeling in the dark. Change in circumstances. The Chariot. Unexpected blessings. Messages from those loved ones around you. Where's the card? Where's the card? Right there. Right there. Right there. Right here. Right now. We're definitely going to do this reading way better next week, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We're about to wrap this up in 3. Regeneration, awakening, and fortune. You are being offered a chance to awaken to a new life. You may need to deepen your roots. That's the first thing that I said. This is about your roots. You are going to experience some fucking resistance this week, a little bit here and there, but that is the thing that is going to grow your roots stronger into the freaking ground and create a sturdier foundation. What? This reading is all of what I just said. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. You may need to deepen your roots and anchor yourself by taking stock of what you would like to create. Being clear about what you want to create. You're going to get a lot of information this week. You're going to get a lot of downloads this week. And what are you going to do with them? How are you going to bring them into realization? How are you going to bring them into manifestation? This is a time to start again and grow a strong foundation. Bro, never giving up. If this is not a good message of the week, I don't know what else is. Okay? To me, I just feel like Spirit Extra confirmed the message of the week. Spirit Extra confirmed this is a new beginning. You got a lot of things going for you. You have to have faith in yourself and have to have a certain level of gratitude. You're going to have to go inside yourself, but also make sure that you're making contact with the people that really matter. The ones that are really going to be your fucking teammates, the ones who are your coaches, the ones who are the ones telling you, hey, this is the way that you need to go to be more successful at the thing that you want to create. Not just listening to any old Joe Smo, but definitely listen to the spirits that people that this God has put in front of you, has offered to you for your acceptance of the gift. Accept your gift. Take it to the next level. Take it to the next level. If God told you that you can be great, if you have this inkling in your spirit that you could be great at whatever you want to create, be great at it. Be great at it. Be great at it. What's stopping you? Daily fluctuating emotions? What's stopping you? Learn yourself. Learn yourself. Move forward. Show up. Be grateful. Heed the messages around you. Have a stronger sense of reliability on your intuition. All right. I don't know. I feel like this was a lot. I feel like this was great. And who knows how many people is going to be watching this video at the end of this. But if you stuck with me throughout this whole time, I appreciate you. If you like this message, I encourage you to give it a thumbs up. Write a comment. Tell me how this week is going for you. If you find this on a Wednesday or if you find this 3 weeks from now, tell me what did the first week feel like for you? What did the first week do for you? How did it set you up right? This reading is all about clearing the path to success. Clearing your own path. And just as a leaving messages, as a lasting message to leave you with is really what I'm trying to say. Make space. To me today, the first of the month, get up, wake up, get up. It's about clearing space. Make space for your dreams. Make space for what you want to create, right? When you're operating at capacity, or you're too filled with too much information, or junk mail or noise, you don't leave space to welcome in the energies, the messages, the divine guidance, the downloads. So make space for the downloads. Make space for spirit to speak to you. Make space for your intuition to guide you in the right direction. Okay? Make space. Focus in on what you want, but make space for it too. All right. If y'all have any questions, again, hit me up in the description box, or the description box. That's hella funny. Hit me up in the in the comment field. You can also go to my website, embodiedspirituality.net. You can check me out on Instagram at Embodied Spirituality. I do have some sage and Reiki infused crystal. What? I have some crystal and Reiki infused sage sprays. They are actually really freaking divine. I swear to you, it shocks me when I spray my own sprays, and that to me is divine. That's me listening to spirit, you know, and I can't wait for it to blow up even more. I will have a much better reading and lighting situation next week. But I'm grateful for you guys for sticking it out with me this week, despite the pivots and the shifts. But maybe that's just the energy of the week. Let's pivot, let's shift, let's go. And let God. Love y'all. I will check on y'all later. See you next week, and look out for more messages. Cheers.